Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling winning Wednesday. I just had to quickly switch over to my phone because for some reason on the laptop it said it wasn't able, that the function to go live was not available. Thank goodness for phones. So anyway, I hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Today has been awesome. It's a great winning Wednesday. What wins have you had today for personal or business this week? Let us know in the comments below. I want to say thank you to all the servicemen, past and present, for their service to the country. It's because of them that we're the home of the free because of the brave. There's been a lot of stuff that they've been through, a lot of campaigns they've been through and everything else. So thank you for fighting for our freedom. We truly, truly appreciate it. Oh my gosh, this is my biggest win today. So I finally found the last 4 great-great-grandparents that I'd been looking for. Finally, I'm like 95% sure that I've got the right people. There's still that little bit of doubt in there, but based on the records that I have access to and I can research and everything else, I have been looking and hunting and scouring, and I think I finally found them. I'm about 95% sure. So when I do the report to this person on Friday, I'll let them know I'm about 95% sure. So once I found those last 4 people, I was like, yes. It did feel like a relief, but there's still that niggling thing in the back. Is there something else I could have done? And I'm gone away for it for a simple reason, because I find with genealogy, when I get absolutely stuck on something, I have to back away, go away, and let it marinate in the subconscious, because then all of a sudden the answer will come to me at like 2 a.m. in the morning. I'll wake up bright-eyed and go, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to check blah, blah, blah. And and then it'll be off. I'll have to get up out of bed at that time to go check it, because it's going to nag me, and I'm not going to nag me, and I'm not going to get back to bed or anything or back to sleep at that point in time. So probably at some time like 2-3 o'clock tomorrow morning, or maybe the next day, hopefully not in the morning, hopefully it'll be when I'm during waking hours, I'll finally come to, oh yeah, did you go check this, that and the other thing, to see if we can make those final connections. But I'm pretty sure I've got them there, like about 95% sure. So then the exciting part started. Is this family related to a well-known historical figure? So I have started the research on that, going up through her family line to find out if there is a connection or a point in time. It looks like the answer is going to be yes, because this particular family came from one guy who came over with his, get this, 24 sons. So this one guy immigrated to the US with his 24 boys. I'm like, 24, the poor woman, or how many women did it take to get 24? He came over with 24 sons, all with the same last name. It was the first family in the States with that name. I can't find any records of any others, but I found that in an article. And so I am working from what I know back to see if it's part of this family. And so as I'm going back, I'm also looking to see how is it connecting with the historical figure. So I'm kind of researching both in parallel at the moment to see if I can find a common name in their tree somewhere along the way. Now they're probably going to end up being cousins of X number of times removed, but this is the cool part. As I'm doing this research, in her direct line, she actually has another contact. She actually has another connection with another historic figure from around that same time period. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not a direct, it's through a marriage, but still the connection is there. So it's like, this is so exciting. And so I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff on Kentucky, on Indiana, because the family with this historic figure, well, that may have the connection to the historic figure, started in Kentucky. One of her, I think it was her 3rd great-grandmother, her brother married the daughter of a historic figure. And her other brother married the daughter of this historic figure's brother. So there's two connections to this historic family. So I've learned all about them, all about the time in Kentucky, how this family moved from Kentucky to Indiana, and were one of the founding families of in the area in Indiana that they were in the county. They were one of the pioneer families there. So I've been learning all about the history of that. Even reading some articles that were written by what is he? Hang on, it must be the third great grandfather. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah, third great grandfather. So I've been reading articles that were actually written and published by the third great grandfather. Then I happened to stumble across two books that people have scanned page by page, and it's one page at a time, so you can't download the entire book, but it's got the entire family tree in there for this one name on one family, and there's an entire family tree in another book for the other historic figure, so you can see how all the connections in that work. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it is just sort of like a wealth of information out there. And so I've still got to find where that connection is between the first historic figure she told me about, because I already know where the connection is about the second one that she doesn't know about yet unless she's watching this, and she'll find out on Friday who the other historic figure is and how they fit into her family. Like I said, it's through marriage, but she'll find out all about those connections on Friday. And I'm not telling you anything about who these historic figures are because I need her permission to tell you. And I want to surprise her with it all, or tell her all the connections first without ruining the surprise for her and her watching it here, because it's going to be a big reveal on Friday. But I'm super excited. So now I'm sort of like, oh, who else am I going to get to meet along the way with this? This is just, it's super exciting. Because these families are so well known, and even the family that migrated from Kentucky to Indiana, so far I've come across no mention of their connection to the historic figure. They in themselves are historic figures within Indiana, within the counties that they are in, because they were the pioneers. They were pioneering families in those counties. So at some point they actually got people from the pioneering families, and this particular guy was one of the pioneering families, to write their accounts about what it was like leaving wherever they came from to come to Indiana. What was it like? What happened here and all of this. And one of them actually talks about his growing up with this other historic figure that's related, that is connected with his family through marriage. So, and about what he learned from this guy, and what his life was like because of the lessons he had learned from this particular person. So it's kind of like, wow. I'm just sort of like, and so now I'm kind of like, well, I wonder what other connections she has in this family. But it's kind of fun. It's very exciting. It's I've just been sitting here going, and then all of a sudden my computer will go, it's 15 hours. And I'm just like, 3 o'clock? I haven't even had lunch. And I'm like, what? 3 o'clock? I haven't even had lunch yet. Because I have my computer set up in 24-hour clock. I know 24-hour clock very well. It's very easy to navigate. And so my computer will tell me how many hours. Like it told me 17 hours as I was trying to get on my computer to do the live. So I had to switch over to the phone. But yes, so it's been a very exciting day. The huge win is being 95% sure that I have the last 4 great-great-grandparents, and now I'm working on that historic figure line to see if there is a connection, and coming across another historic figure in there. It is just, it's really exciting. I'm learning a lot about the early 1800s in America, as well as the mid 1800s in America, and then the late 1800s in America. So I'm learning a lot about the 1800s in America, particularly in Kentucky and Indiana. And Ohio is where the other connection comes in. So the family I'm trying to connect them to were in Ohio. The family that she is connected to is in Indiana, but with a connection back to Kentucky, because that's where her third great grandfather was born, and all that cool stuff. So it's exciting. It's exciting. So now I got to go walk a dog before I get caught back up in all this excitement again. And of course, coming across books that people have written about the family connections are just sort of like, what? But trying to decipher, because they haven't all written them the same way. This person, A is connected to B, B is connected to C, and da 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 da. It's not like that. It's got like the parents' name. Was born this date to this date. They got married on this date to this person. And of course they put down the married surname with the maiden name in parentheses. And then they go, and these are their children. And you've got to go through and decipher who's the children, who got married, who got when, because it's all run together as one paragraph. Other ones I have seen will have like the parents here. Then the next line down will be indented with the children and who they got married to, with birth date, with dates written underneath. The person will have the child's name with the birth date. Then the next line will be indented again with who they got married to, and the dates of the spouse. And so you'd have the margin would be the parents. The next indentation would be their children. The next indentation is the spouses of those children. Then you go from there to where they are next in the book. Those are the ones that I've typically seen. This one has it all run together as one, like here is the parents and here's their kids and their spouses. And then to find their kids and spouses, you've now got to go find their name somewhere in the book. And it's like, this is like, it's very different to follow it. And what are you doing? You should have heard her just as I was trying to get on the live. She was very, very vocal. I'm still waiting for the day when I look at her and go, what do you want? And she actually just opens her mouth and says a word. She's working on it very, very hard. But yeah, so it's very interesting to see how people write the things, and you got to get into the mindset of looking at it and then figuring out, okay, this is how they got their information. Then once you're in the flow, you can easily extract the information. But I have there's some blank ones. Do I have any blank ones here? Oh, what have I done with the blank ones? What did I do with all the blank ones? Oh, there they are. Got them. So I have these. This is hang on. Let's do it this way so you're not looking through a piece of paper with a light behind it. So this is a family group sheet where you've got the husband, the wife, and you've got their information: born, christened, married, died, buried. Then you've got their parents written there. And then down below here in the big area, you write their kids in the order of birth with their date of birth, where they were born, who they got married to, when they got married, when they died, and where they died. And that's just the basic sheet. It's a family group sheet, so you can look at that page and go, okay, So I'm having to take this information that's on the computer screen in this paragraph format and basically putting it onto one of these, so it's easier for me to follow, because having to flip between that screen and the Ancestry screen where I'm typing in the information, it's just sort of like, this is taking too long. So it's quicker for me to actually write it down than sit there and quickly type it in, because I already have the kids in place. It's just going in and filling in the blank information that I have on this sheet and quickly filling in the blank information. And then from there we go do some more searches and stuff. So it's very exciting today. So I have to go because I've got a dog wanting she's now sitting there going, I want butt scratches. So she's getting a butt scratch right now. Yeah, she loves being under the table up against my legs for some reason. But yeah, so exciting places with the genealogy, and I got more people interested because of these, and finding out their genealogy, and if they have any historic figures in their genealogy as well. So let me know if you do. Just send me a private message, and we can have a quick chat and see if that's something you want to pursue and do. And that's it from me for today. So go have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your Winning Wednesday. Let us know what your wins were for the week, and we will catch you guys tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Hakonera.